In this scenario, the only person he can destroy is a stranger, an intruder, and that means anyone who doesn't know the password. Seeing that it's a dead end, Eve backs away. She spends the night outside, periodically pelting the robot with stones, but never forcing him to leave his post. Morning arrives. Eve turns her clothes inside out, covers her face, and goes up to Arthur, trying to pass herself off as a refugee seeking asylum. She recalls that under Article 14 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to seek asylum from persecution in other countries. Arthur agrees to discuss it with Eve once she returns from behind the generator. Eve steps away and then comes back looking like her usual self. Arthur reports that a stranger came by the day before, and a refugee also showed up just now. Eve instructs him to offer the refugee water next time she appears. Eve moves out of sight, changes her outfit, and returns as the refugee. She requests water, but Arthur begins questioning her, trying to determine whether she's a political refugee or a climate refugee. Eve says she's a political refugee because climate refugees have no rights whatsoever. However, the robot demands proof that she was persecuted in her home country. She reminds him of the Geneva Convention, which states no such evidence is required. But the robot insists a refugee must explain why it became dangerous to remain in their country, and he asks her to provide an answer. Eve explains that she fled from war. The aggressor burned her house, killed her relatives, and even shot at her. The robot deems that sufficient, yet demands documents. Losing patience, Eve questions what documents a war refugee could possibly have. Still, the robot recites procedural steps, filing an application for the border service, and so on. Frustrated, Eve just asks for water.